Awesome.
Right.
Perfect.
So thanks guys so much for sitting down with us. Of course, we've got Drauve, right? Victoria and Steve.
Yes.
Welcome to the show. Thanks for sitting down. How you guys doing
Mhm.
today?
We're doing really well. So we actually just moved to Los Angeles on August 1st. So
Wow.
every day is kind of still getting a little bit settled.
Yeah.
We're just trying to balance getting settled into our new home with working on new music and just trying to get things out as quickly as possible.
Wow. So welcome to LA. You guys are officially Los Angelinos, right?
Los Angeles, Californians.
Wow. So what's that like? How was the move?
It was really, really exciting. We visited here in February, right before the world shut down. And we decided like this is where we wanted to be. And fortunately, we have some friends out here who we're living with now, and they were able to find us a place. So we were still able to come out here despite just everything going on with COVID-19. But the trip out here was really interesting. We traveled here with our 18-year-old cat. So we were a little nervous about that, but she did a great job and she's settling in just
There you
fine
go.
too.
I think
Yeah.
that's a huge like aspect of life is like making that jump and then just kind of, oh my goodness.
Sorry, yeah.
Oh, what a sweetie. Who's that?
But yeah,
What a cute cat.
Thank
thank
you.
you.
I'm glad that the move went well. You guys either picked a great time or a really weird time, depending on how you look at it. I think it's a
We
great
made it
time.
safely, so
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think now, I mean, obviously there's a million negatives about the shitstorm that we're all living in. You're allowed to swear, by the way. A lot of guests ask that.
That's
I swear
Okay,
a lot,
cool.
so it's all good.
All right.
You know, obviously times are dark right now, but I think for the independent artists like yourselves, it's kind of an opportunity to spend a lot of time honing your craft, learning about what you
yes.
guys are trying to do, and putting those like chess moves in place so you can really hit the ground running on the festival circuit whenever festivals are a thing.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. It's a really good time that we've been honing our craft and really pumping out new music, just really pushing ourselves, collaborating with people, mostly through Zoom, which is an interesting
Yeah.
experience. And yeah, I think we all really miss shows. Obviously, it's a big like, hole in all of our lives, but we're gonna appreciate them so much more when everything comes back. It's going to be very emotional.
Oh my God, I know. I miss concerts so much. I
Yeah.
miss festivals so much. I
Yeah.
know the first one that I get to go to after this is all said and done, it's going to be like the best concert I've ever been to.
It's really,
Yeah.
yeah.
But it's so weird, like interacting with people nowadays. Like when you see a friend in real life, it's almost like, oh, can we do this? Like, are we allowed to
You still exist.
Yeah.
still like exist out in the real world?
Yeah.
So yeah, Los Angeles
Mhm.
from Pittsburgh, right?
Yes. Pittsburgh,
Yeah.
Pennsylvania.
Wow, nice. Got to represent the Berg.
Yes. Yeah.
How long have you guys been a band and working on the music?
So Steve was born in Scranton, and I was born in West Palm Beach, Florida. But we
Oh, wow.
both found our way to Pittsburgh throughout our life, and we were both in different bands a couple years ago, and we met at a show at Mr. Small's, which is a venue in Pittsburgh. And we got to talking that night, and then we started hanging out. Eventually, we started making music together, and our former projects didn't end up working out, so we started Drauve.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh kind of has that scene, that DIY, like put it
Yes.
together yourself scene that I think makes so much sense.
Yeah.
And have
Everyone
you
knows
guys?
oh, sorry.
Sorry, say that again.
Everyone knows each other or like knows
Yes,
someone who knows
they
you.
do.
It's
The
very
basement shows I used to go to in Pittsburgh. I actually spent a lot of time in Pittsburgh.
oh awesome.
I'm from Cleveland originally, and I met a lot of good friends, like lifelong friends who all live out in Pittsburgh. So they, when we were kind of in our adolescence, like 16, 17, prime like punk rock kind of emo phase, they took me to a lot of great shows in Pittsburgh. The people out there are just the nicest, like all of the earth people in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, it is a very, very friendly city. We've also made lifelong friends there, so it's definitely hard to leave those people, but not hard to leave the weather.
Yeah, well, it was for the music, and anyone can understand that. I think the music scene is just pound for pound bigger in Los Angeles than Pittsburgh. That's probably the most obvious statement that's ever been said, but Los Angeles provides a lot of great opportunities, like working with other artists, right?
Yeah.
Have you guys been collaborating with a lot of Los Angeles people? Have you been kind of starting that process?
Mainly right now, we have been collaborating with Jeremy Rossinger, who is a producer. He's been our main collaboration so far. We just put a song out with him called Try, which you can stream wherever music is available. But I'm sure once people are more comfortable meeting up in person, we'll start to do some more collaborations with people we don't know yet.
And how did you connect with Jeremy originally?
We went to school together. Me and Joey went to California University of Pennsylvania together for music, so that's how we know each other. But we didn't make music that much back then. Well, we did a little bit, but it was always good. It always like came out. I guess like the beats we made were always like, I feel like pretty unique. And then once we were looking for some more inspiration, he just seemed like a very easy person to like hit up and be like,
He has like a zen personality.
Yes. Yeah. He moved out here like right when we visited back at the end of February, and he was one of the people that actually really inspired us to move out here, because it's like, well, someone else from Pittsburgh did it. A cross-country move feels really intimidating, but when you know people who have done it, it makes it seem more realistic.
Yeah, kind of like it provides like a little safe landing for you guys. He made it. He's not dead yet. And I wanted to talk about Try because it's a super awesome song.
Thank you.
I love what you guys are doing on that song. The vibes are great. The lyrics especially stand out to me. Tell me a little bit about the songwriting process. How did that song come around?
So it was the very beginning of like when everybody started quarantining. Like we were both just like laid off from our job, not laid off, furloughed from our jobs. So we had a lot of free time on our hands, and how our songwriting process usually starts is Steve plays something on the guitar and like loops it, and then I'll just sit with that loop for a while and put some lyrics over it. But with Try, he did that, like he played the guitar part that's in there, and I just fell in love with it right away and got the melody in my head. But I would just like sit for hours just trying to come up with the perfect words, and the song originally didn't have the words I had originally didn't have as much meaning as the final product does. And they felt kind of vapid to me and just like lacking heart. And I was really frustrated because I was like, oh, I have this great melody and this great guitar part from Steve. And then one night we were just sitting and it hit me. Like we were just sitting there like with our one roommate that we lived with at the time, and I was like, I need time. So I like went into the room, I shut the door, and I just like wrote the whole song. I wrote all of Try.
Just like that.
And it's pulled from, so a couple years ago, I was having a really, really hard time with my mental health, and I had to move back in with my parents, and I was terrified to do anything. Like, and I wanted to do things, but anytime I like got in my car to just drive down the street, it was like, this is too much. So I was just kind of recalling on that time, and it was especially meaningful because like I knew I was past that now, and I was like ready to make a big jump with my life. So it just all kind of came pouring out, and then we sent it to Jeremy, and he did the production, and it was pretty much done.
I owe him a lot though, because he I guess like my guitar loop is just like a vamp. Like it was kind of like the rhythm was similar to what's in the song and stuff, but it was just kind of like a one chord vamp kind of a thing. So it wasn't like too spectacular, but he took it and then put it on keys and changed one of the chords and then sent it back to us without my original thing in it.
Oh wow.
Way more inspirational, way better of a feel for everything. And then I just adapted my part for what he did. So he did a lot of it, honestly. But, yeah.
So the collaboration was super successful on both sides. You know, you guys provided something really strong on your side, and yeah, that's awesome. All of that emotion really comes through in the lyrics, and it resonates with the listener because I've definitely had my bouts with depression as well, and there's nothing harder than like doing the thing that you want to do, that you know you need to do, and you just can't really do it. And the hardest and best step is just to try, you know.
That's the whole thing. And it's like it came out 2 days after we got here, so that was also like very similar to me as well, because it was like this is something I never thought I would be able to do. There was like 3 years ago I thought I would, you know, have to live with my parents forever, which is, I mean, is fine if that works for you, but I knew that I wanted to like move to another music city and, you know, just have that experience. So I'm glad it worked out.
Well, it's a great song, and you guys have a good amount of other material out on like Bandcamp and on Spotify. Is an album in the works, an EP, anything like that?
Yeah, we are putting together an EP right now. Every single that we put out is part of the EP. So far we have out a song called LMK, and then we have Try, and we're probably gonna put 2 or 3 more out, and that'll be our EP.
Nice, the ball is rolling.
Yes, it is. And then we have so much more material, so I'm sure you'll hear new things from us not long after that.
Oh, for sure, absolutely. I'm excited to see what you guys continue to do and continue to put out.
Thank you.
As we all kind of come to grips with all that's going on right now. How is your day-to-day, you know, with everything that's going on? Are you guys finding more time to be creative? Are you kind of going nuts?
Pretty busy.
Yeah.
We're honestly really busy.
Right now,
I gotta finish a song. I was just editing, and that's why I was late for like.
Oh man,
late to this because we're like I'm trying to get a song completed by like the end of the week. In terms of like the mixing, like the technical aspect of it. So so that's been a grind. So I'm really just we're really just working on that, and then
I'm working on, you know, always working on new songs, but I'm also taking this time to really focus on like some other content for us, like some more video content, some more just ways for people to get to know us beyond just the music, because I feel like that's really important. So I don't know, I've always, time is so precious, and now that we have a lot of it, I'm really just trying to make the most out of every day.
Yeah.
So that actually brings up a really great point, and something that I wanted to ask you. You know, I went in and listened to all your stuff, read everything I could about you guys online, but since I'm talking to you, I wanted to take the opportunity and ask, what's one thing about you guys that the listeners out there that we don't know yet, that you want us to?
This should be something that we could say right away. I think something that people don't know about us is a lot of people say that we come off as like very chill and very some people have even said mysterious. We are the least chill people. Like, we are very intense individuals, and if you spend a long time around us, you start to realize that like you know, music is more than just, it's such a way of life for us because it helps both of us just cope with our anxiety and just helps us survive. So
Yeah.
I think that's something that people don't realize. They like,
yeah,
when they meet us at shows and everything, we're usually pretty low key.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think we come off as intense, but behind closed doors, very, very intense, very on edge.
That's such a good answer. I totally don't think that you guys are intense at all. The music, your vibe, you as people, very chill, very nice. I kind of find it funny to think that people would think that you're intense, like, or that your music comes off as intense. Because for me, it's kind of the melodies, the synthesizers, the guitars. It's very ethereal and very like fills the room.
I think it's what we. I think the music is what we want to be as people.
Yeah.
but we're just not. So we get it out through the music. So it's like our I don't know.
It's our escape.
It's
funny because like most of our friends don't think of us as intense or our music as intense, but like I don't know, people who know us, most people like our families, like they or people who have like lived with us, they know that we are our current roommate describes us as workaholics.
Okay, yeah.
Can't really.
You did say that you were busier now than ever, you know.
Yeah.
I get when you're working towards something and when you got like a passion and a project that you're working on. I mean, to give it anything less than your all is kind of like leaving some out in the field. So I totally understand.
Yeah.
You know,
I
this is
very much agree.
This thing that I'm doing, Your Culture Vulture, came up with the idea. Like, I mean, I've been working on it for a long time. I was like a music journalist, and I would go to festivals and shoot photos and write reviews for my blog. But then, just like you guys, I got furloughed during COVID, and I actually was wondering what I was going to do next. And I just had a mushroom trip. I took a mushroom trip on the 4th of July. And that's kind of when I came up with the idea to do this. And just like you guys, it's a workaholics thing. Like, to the outside world, they think that I'm just spending every minute on this. But to me, it doesn't really feel like that, right? It feels like it's bigger than, writing articles or interviewing people. We're working on something bigger. So for you guys, all the work that you're putting in it's deeper than the music, right?
For sure, yeah.
About building something bigger than yourselves.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And like, ideally, one day we will have a much larger platform, and we can reach a lot of people and be able to tell the stories behind our music that deal mainly with struggling with mental health, and we hope that we can like help people with that.
Yeah. So we know your guys' music and your story. What are your guys' like interests and passions outside of the music? What drives you?
We love animals. Like we're obsessed with our cat. One day I just want to have just a bunch of dogs, cats. Like that is pretty much that's the goal. And I also like to cook.
There you go.
I don't know. My hobby is mixing. No, probably, I don't know. I've been trying to read more, I guess. I don't know.
Or you're a baseball fan.
Oh yeah, true. I do. I know a lot of people in music don't. I feel like, I don't know if it's a stereotype, but don't enjoy sports. But I feel like I do enjoy sports. So. But I haven't really been watching much since I got here because I've been working. But.
Because you've been working so hard. I know. It's crazy.
Yeah. Pretty much.
So cats and cooking, did they find themselves in the music at all, or that after work?
I have some songs inspired about how much I love my cat, because I've had her since I was 6 years old. So like obviously we've been through a lot together. Like it's very special. Wow. That she's been through every single stage of my life with me. It's like elementary school, middle school, high school, college, my first place out of college, and now my cross-country move.
Oh my God.
So we have a very special bond, and anytime
you guys have been through a lot.
Yeah, anytime I'm upset, like anytime I cry, she like gets on my like chest and just purrs, and so I have some lyrics about her about just how much I love her.
Well,
so
I would hope so. That sounds like a very special cat.
She is very special.
I know. I've got 2 dogs, and it's like my entire life revolves around them. I would jump in front of a bus like 1,000 times over just for one of them.
I know how you feel. Yeah.
Yes. Animals are so cool.
They are. They're the best.
Shout out animals.
Yeah.
If you don't like cats or dogs and you're listening to this, turn it off.
I'm okay with that.
Sometimes when like she is just being so chill and just sleeping in the sun, and I'm like having an anxious or like really stressed out day, I just look at her and I'm like, I need to be more like you. I need to be more.
We could all learn a little bit more like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
If the world was more like your cat, I think it would be a better place.
It would be. It'd be a very sleepy place.
So obviously there's a lot going on in the world right now, and I always like to kind of open it up and see if you guys had any things that you wanted to talk about, burning issues, things that are near and dear to your heart, or kind of like you can plug the new song, you can tease some content that we can all be waiting for. The floor is yours.
So I would say in terms of us, just follow us on your favorite music platform, whether that be Spotify, Apple Music, anything. Just give us a follow. Follow us on Instagram. It's Drauve with an _ just to keep up with what we're doing. And second thing I would say is just be compassionate to other people, and just evaluate yourself and how you're treating others, because in these difficult times it's just important that we self-reflect and show compassion and grace to others.
2 very good pieces of advice. I don't think self-reflection gets enough respect. People very rarely reflect on themselves and what they're doing and what they're bringing to the table. And then just being nice to people. I think that should be like the overarching theme. Mm-hmm. Steve, anything?
I think that pretty much sums it up. I would say, if anything, drive your ballots to the post to the post office. Don't try to get it sent. Get those ballots in, because we need
Great advice. I love it. Well, Victoria, Steve, thank you guys so much for taking the time. It was great talking with you. Try is out now on all social channels and places that you listen to music. And I'm sure we'll be in touch next time, sometime soon, hopefully, when you guys are ready to release more music.
Yep, be on the lookout mid-September.
Mid-September. You heard it here first, folks. All right, guys. Drauve, thank you so much for coming by. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, it's nice talking to you.
All right, peace.
Bye.
Mm-hmm.